Hello and welcome to Modern Toy Fair Reviews. Today I am taking a look at the Mezco 112 Wonder Woman. Make sure to let me know in the comments below if you plan to pick her up, and as always make sure to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more weekly reviews and weekly toy news. But that is enough chitter chatter, let's go ahead and get at her. Alright, so let's take a look at how she turned out. So you've got her face with all the sculpt and eyes and lips painted on. You've got her gold headband with that red star. And then you've got this insane hair sculpt. Like, they really outdid themselves. It's really impressive to see like all the different strands going different directions. Really impressed with how this turned out. And it goes all the way through both sides and up to the front. And then you do have her chest piece with the gold W and then the red armor going around her abdomen. And then you have the gold belt. And then on her arms, you do have those gold wrist guards. It go down all the way to the hand. And the cool thing is on the inside of the hand, you have these like red kind of ties that are holding the armor onto her hand, which I think was a really cool touch. And then as far as the skirt goes, it is the only soft goods piece aside from, I guess, the attachments to her belt, which you can see there you've got the loop for the sword. And then on the other side, you have a little bit of a loop there for the lasso. But then the skirt, you do have the white stars and some little details added in, and even some lighter blues thrown in to kind of break it up and give it some texture. It looks really good. And then down to the boots, you've got that bright red and the gold going down the middle with a little bit of extra kind of down the sides of it. It's got that scaled look, even going down all the way into her shoes. I'm so glad they didn't give her high heels, so that way she's actually able to stand. Okay, time for some articulation. So we're going to start with the head. It does swivel side to side. You do get some decent tilt left and right. You do get absolutely no tilt up though, but quite a bit down. That hair is a bit of a hindrance. And then the arms go out to 90, then go 360 degrees all the way around. And then you do have a single jointed elbow, however it is pivoted. And then you get the wrist joint that goes back and forth and 360 degrees all the way around. As far as abdomen, I didn't think she was going to have an ab crunch just because of the armor. But there's this little crease in her back showing it's two separate pieces. And this isn't like a soft plastic or anything, but you can get a little bit. There's a little bit of a ab crunch. Not much, but it's there. The legs go out about that far before the skirt kind of stops them. Same with forward. Unfortunately, the skirt does get in the way, and then back. And then as far as the leg, you have the thigh swivel, and you have a single joint knee, but it goes pretty far. Like, I know the Wonder Woman from the movie went pretty far too, but this is the first like comic book figure that we've gotten for females, at least, in a while that's actually got some decent knees. Like, this is the Catwoman, the first one we got, and it doesn't even go 90 degrees. And now Wonder Woman can easily go past that, and I feel like that's improvement. It's still not as good as having double jointed, but I'm happy with it. I definitely get some pretty good poses out of it. And then her ankle pivot's probably the best ankle pivot we've gotten in a figure that isn't from like the Gomez like line. Like, it's pretty impressive. Forward, back, side to side. It's really well done. Alright, on to the accessories. So we do have this alternate head. It's kind of a little angrier. You got the mouth open, got a little bit of a stern talking to look on her face. And then, of course, you do have the crazy hair sculpt on the back, which is still just really well done. Then we've got some hands. You got the open hand here with the red ties holding on the gold plate on the back, followed by the webbing holding hand, which again, gold plate on the back, and then you've got the little hole. It is rubbery, so it's easy to get the weapons in and out, which is nice. And the red ties. Then we have the lasso holding hand, which even has like her thumb kind of position to make it look like she's like whipping the lasso, which is really cool. And of course we have the sword. You've got that wrap around the handle. You've got that Wonder Woman like eagled W logo for the hilt. And then the blade itself just has a ton of sculpt details. You've got like nicks and dings in it to make it look like it's damaged. And then the sword does slide into this little like pleather piece here on her belt, so that way it can be sheathed. And we have an axe, got the light silver and the dark silver. You've got the wrap around wooden handle. Then you've got the spear, got that silver blade wrapped with some gold. Wood goes all the way down. You got 2 wrapped handles for her to hold, and gold at the end. And then we have the shield, which really looks well done. You've got all the blues, the reds, the golds. You've got all the nicks and scrapes with like the silver. And then on the back, it's just solid gold, and you've got like the rivets molded in. And then we have our lasso. This is the one that goes on her hip. It's very nicely detailed. And then to put it on her hip, all you have to do is unhinge that and put it in there and pop that right back through. And voila. And then you do have a posable whip. This is definitely the same thing we saw with the movie one. It's still pretty lackluster. It's nice that it's posable, but it's just not long enough in my opinion. We do have some bullet ricochet effects. I believe these are the same ones we got with Superman a few years back. They are magnetic, so they go right here onto her wrist guards. Just magnetize right to it. I do wish they would have been rotated a little bit to the front, so it made a little more sense in some cases. We do have these shoulder pads, which are really well done. Got some layered look there. And then it just clasps on. So it's pretty simple. You just go over her bicep and voila. Easy peasy. We also have this kind of neck guard, which doesn't seem very practical given it doesn't cover a lot, but it at least adds more to it. And then you see the back's a little more full. That you do have to pop her head off, and then it is a little tight. So you kind of have to, I have to actually twist it a little bit to get it to go down. And then the head just pops right back on. And last up we have her cape, which is very kind of thick. It's definitely a different fabric than what we're used to for the capes. It does have a wire, which is nice, so you can kind of pose it. However, because it's so thick, it doesn't always lay naturally, which I'm not really a big fan of. And of course, we have the stand, which has that Wonder Woman logo on it and always looks really cool. Okay, quick size comparisons. We have Wonder Woman next to Catwoman. You can see she is a little bit taller. Her and Gal are about the same height. However, she's a little thicker, a little buffer than the movie Wonder Woman. And then this is the part that kind of bothers me. I'm going to have her now next to the Sovereign Knight Batman from Mezco. Big thing for me is she should be taller than Batman. Right now she's about the same height, and it doesn't do it for me. I feel like she should really be just a little bit bigger. I get they have to reuse the sculpt, but come on now. Last up is the box art. So you have Wonder Woman across the top. You've got this big W with the Wonder Woman logo and everything going through it. You've got the 112 logo at the bottom. Side is red and has that Wonder Woman logo. Same with the other side. And of course you have the 112 logo on the top and Mezco at the bottom. And then on the back, we've got the pictures of the figure, all the accessories, and then some of the different poses and stuff that they did. And of course, top, 112 logo, bottom, bunch of warning labels and such. And if you take the slip cover off, you've got that Mezco black logo there. And then you've just got this open window to see the figure. Okay, so overall, I am blown away with this figure. It turned out great, even better than I expected, to be honest, just because Mezco has set a pretty low bar when it comes to the female figures, unfortunately. The articulation's pretty good, the sculpt is incredible. If you haven't yet and you're a DC fan or a Wonder Woman fan, make sure to get this because you do not want to miss out. It is a fantastic figure and definitely something you need in your collection. But that is going to be it for this week's video. As always, please make sure to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more weekly toy reviews and toy news. Also hit the little bell to get notifications when our videos go up. We have Modern Toy Fair reviews on Mondays and Modern Toy Fair news on Fridays. Also, don't forget to leave a comment with what you think of today's review and if you're picking it up or if you're still on the fence. But hopefully we will see you next week, same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching.